Now, just hang on here. All right, let's take a look at number 7. It says, find the perimeter of this triangle. If these two triangles are similar, and you get all this stuff right here. Let's do this. This is test. It's chapter 7 test. We're reviewing. All right. Let's see. How am I going to do this? Let's do this. Can you still read the thing if I do that? Let's just kind of scooch. This is chapter 7. I just said it like 5 seconds ago. But thanks for listening. All right, look at this thing right here. Let me get all situated. All right, let's pay attention, please. We're doing this one right here. Where did I say? Number 7. Find the perimeter of these two triangles. These two triangles are similar to each other. So look, it doesn't really even... tell you what, I just don't have much room here, so let's just put the triangles right here. What did I say it was? ABC and DEF, right? And which one's bigger? AB and DE. So AB is bigger. Do you know why? Look at what they give you. They give you AB, right? So watch, if we'll call this ABC. And we'll call this DEF. It says they're similar to each other. All right, and they tell you a few things. They tell you that, I'll just write them down. They tell you that AB is 15. They tell you that BC is 18. AC is 21. Oops, AC, sorry, is 21. And DE is 5. Forgetting all kinds of stuff. Okay, so let's put some stuff in here. AB is 15. BC, that's this bottom one right here, which is 18. AC, which is 21. That's that one right there. And then DE is 5. And they're asking you to find the perimeter of DEF. Find the perimeter of this triangle. Which means I got to find what? I got to find these two sides, don't I? Find these two sides, add them up, got the perimeter. No big deal. But I got the big deal is finding the two sides. So I got to find this. Tell you what, we'll call that little d, is that alright? And then you got to find this, we'll call that little e. So how in the world are we going to do that? Well, let's take a look at the two sides on both triangles that we actually know, the corresponding sides. Look at the side right here, 5. Which side over here corresponds to the 5? The 15, right. Okay, so I go 15 to 5. Or you could reduce that and go what? 3 to 1. So that's my scale factor, that 3 to 1. So if I want to solve for, let's say solve for d. I take my scale factor and I set it equal to the two sides that are corresponding, the other two sides that are corresponding, you know, and you want to find D, so we're going to use which numbers? 18 and D. So if I go 3 to 1, I'm going to go 18 to D. There's another easier way to do this, kind of. I mean, this works out real nice and pretty for you because the numbers work out perfect. But look, this side is 3 times as big as this side, isn't it? All right, so this is 3 times as big as this. So this is 7. And this is 3 times as big as this. So this is 6. Everybody see that? You could have looked at it that way. They're not always going to be nice and give it to you 3 to 1 or 2 to 1 or 4 to 1 or 5 to 1. In this case they do. But watch, you can get the answer anyway. Cross multiply. 3D equals 18. Divide by 3. And guess what D is? It's 6, just like we said it was. Alright, it only takes you a couple seconds to do that. So that's what D is. It's 6. Let's do E. Use that same scale factor. The scale factor is 3 to 1. And we set it equal to what? If we're solving for D this time, or sorry, E. If we solve for E, what do we use? 21. That's right. So if I go 3 to 1, I got to go 21 over E. Cross multiply. 3E equals 21. Divide by 3. E is 7. Just like we said it was. That's not my answer, though, is it? Question says find the what? The perimeter of DEF. So you just add them all up. Right. So it's 5 plus 6 plus 7. What's that? 11. That's 18. So the perimeter is 18.
What math do you take when you were in that grade?
Not very good math. I wasn't much of a math student when I was in high school.
Did you want to be a math teacher?
I didn't know I wanted to be a math teacher till probably my sophomore, junior year college. Alright, let's look at this right here. I think we got some room to write on this one, so let's do it right here. use another color. Let's use this green. All right, you ready? Find each measure, RT and SV. RT, we got to find this. Let's call it, I don't know, let's just call it A, just so we don't have to call it RT. It's just a lot easier calling it one letter, when you agree. So let's just call it A. And that's what I'm trying to solve for right there. Am I missing something? Yeah, I thought I was missing something. So I didn't even actually, so I must have redone maybe I didn't get the correction. So I made you cross out RT and you put RV. Is that what you're saying? Everybody in agreement with that?
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody said that? Okay, that makes a little more sense. So RV, we're trying to find this whole thing right there. All right? You with me on that? So what we can do, look, if you have a triangle and these two are parallel to each other, it breaks these segments into segments that are proportional. So I could compare a whole bunch of things. Let's solve for x. In order to find that whole thing, I got to find x, though, don't I? So that's where my work really is in solving for x. So let's compare it like this. Let's compare 5. You could go 5 to 4 and then x to 8. Or you could compare what? 5 to x and then 4 to 8. It doesn't make any difference. It's the same thing. So let's just go 5 to x. Is that all right? Comparing the top to the bottom. And then what would I do over here? Compare 4 to 8. Now, here's another thing. Remember we talked about the other one saying that the one side is 3 times as big as the other one on that last problem? Look at this. This little segment is what to this? It's half of this, isn't it? Okay, or we could say this is what? Twice as big as that. So what do you think x is off the top of your head? It's just 10, isn't it? All right. So it might save you a little bit. Why does this thing keep squeaking? It doesn't usually squeak like that. All right. So but you could do it this way too. Watch. 4x equals what? 40 divided by 4x is what? 10. Just like we said it should be. Everybody see that? Because look, this segment right here is twice as big as this. Well, this segment is twice as big as this. Why? Because they're in proportion. That's what proportions mean. If this is twice as big, then this is twice as big. Just like on that other problem we said. If one side is 3 times as big, then all the other sides are 3 times as big. You got it? So that's what proportion means. But that's not my answer. My answer isn't 10. What is it? Because I'm trying to find RV. RV is 15. So RV is 15. Look, SV, I just found SV. What is it? It's 10. So SV is 10. So once I find x, find both of those other answers really easy. We good with that? Let's do this one. Okay, let's look at this. Well, first of all, we've got to have similar triangles, and we do have similar triangles because these are vertical angles. We know they're equal to each other. These are parallel lines cut by transversal, so you know this and this are equal to each other. So they're similar triangles. If they're similar triangles, the sides are in proportion. Go back and watch the lesson on that when I first taught it. So what do we do? Let's find a scale factor first. Look, 4 is opposite this vertical angle, 3 is opposite the other vertical angle, so they're the ones that are corresponding to each other. That's my scale factor, 4 to 3. Now what am I going to do over here? If I went 4 to 3, what am I going to compare? X plus 3 to what? X plus 1. How do you know they are the ones that match up with each other? Because look, that's opposite the 2 arc, this is opposite the 2 arc one. Make sense? Alright, so I'm going to compare x plus 3 to x plus 1. Alright, everybody see that? So 4 and 3 went together, x plus 3 and x plus 1 went together, set them up as a proportion, and now I can solve for x. And we cross multiply. Now you got to be careful with this. If I take that 4 and multiply it by this thing right here, I got to put it in parentheses because I need to distribute that 4. So make sure you understand that. We've done that a ton this year, haven't we? 4x plus 4 equals what? 3x plus 9. And in fact, in my honors class, I think it was yesterday, I was doing something almost identical to this, and I forgot to distribute, and somebody had to tell me. So I make the same mistake myself, all right? I didn't do it on purpose, but that's what happens sometimes. All right, subtract a 3x from both sides, so that gives you a 1x, right? Got rid of that. Subtract a 4 from both sides, and that gives you a 5. And that's all. No, that's not what they want. They want ln and pn. But x is the key to this, finding x. So ln, which one's ln? This one right here. Well, if I know what x is, then I can find that. What's that?
8.
It's 8, right? 5 plus 3. It's 8. That's all it is. What about pn? Pn is this one right here. Pn is just x plus 1. So if x is 5, then pn is what? 6. Then you're done. Wow, this seems a lot easier than when we first did it, doesn't it? I don't know, to me. Does it to you? Look at this. It says JH is a mid-segment. What in the world does it mean to be a mid-segment? Well, it means that's bisected, and that right there is bisected. And what do we know about this thing right here? This is what of this? What is it? It's half of it. That's right. Okay, this is exactly half of this base right here. That's kind of nice. And that's all I needed to do with number 12, isn't it? Because look, they tell me that whole thing, and they said this is a mid-segment, so we know the mid-segment is half of this other side, so it's half of 30. It's 15. Bang, done. Wasn't that nice? Quick and easy, right? That's why I like them. Let's look at this. Solve for x again. Oh my goodness. Look at this. They tell you the mid-segment this time, right? And they ask for this other side. So what's this other side going to be? It's going to be double this. So what is that? It's 18. Look how easy that is. Isn't that fun? We good?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's keep going. Solve for x again. What am I going to do here? This. Now, it says they're mid-segments, right? So that's a mid-segment, so that means this and this are equal to each other, and this are equal to each other. This is also a mid-segment as well. So that's equal to that. So, and actually, whatever. This and this are equal to each other because this is also a mid-segment. Everybody see that? Let's finish this problem. So if this is 8, what's this thing right here? L to this point. That's 8. So what's this whole entire side? 16. Well, this is half of the whole thing, so what's that? So it's 8. Okay? That's all there is to it. All right, what I'll try to do, I might even, I might try to finish this on my own, and then tomorrow we'll start on the next chapter. And so there you go. So check your YouTube videos for the reviews, because they'll all be on there.